Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today I'm reviewing Poker Face, episode 2. It's entitled The Night Shift. That's coming to you from Peacock. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? Before we get into the review, get down there and hit that like button. Well, Charlie's on the run, as we saw from the end of the first episode. She's hit the road in her blue. I don't even know what kind of car it is. Looks like a Mustang, but I know it's not. And she stops along the way, in New Mexico, and just in time. And unfortunately for the for the perpetrator of the crime, just in time to be there to sniff out a murder. In this case, you have a young man that works at a garage. He's kind of a weirdo. And there's also another young man who's works at a Subway. He's works at Subway and has a TikTok account, and I guess he's trying to just do his thing. A former Marine, and then the young lady who works as an overnight or a night clerk at a convenience store at a little place in New Mexico, rest stop or whatever. And we see from the beginning who perpetrates the crime. This is very much like if you didn't know, this is Columbo for the new age. And so we literally see how the murder is takes place and how the cover up goes about, and then sort of the way that Charlie is tangled up in it. So I'm not going to give too much away about it, but there is a murder that occurs, and it's not like a well orchestrated plan or whatever. It's kind of a spur of the moment sort of thing, but the cover up, is by someone with reasonable intelligence that tries to cover it up or at least deflect in the best way possible, and it leads to a wrongful arrest when the finger's pointed at the wrong person. But unfortunately for the perpetrator, Charlie was made friends with this person that was fingered, and so she starts poking around and poking holes in the case, if you will, and it eventually leads her back. And of course, one thing that's I think that's great that they've kind of established about it. So you have to establish quirks about the detective, and she's no detective, but she's got some sense. And, but her truth-telling thing, whenever someone's lying, she just says bullshit. So that's the kind of the thing that's going to be going forward in the series. And so, all that being said, man, this is a really damn good episode. It's everything that you want. If you like the first episode, you're getting more of that, Charlie just sort of being like this. She gravitates towards, good people or nice people or whatever, or people who are kind of rough around the edges, but they're generally decent. And she kind of has a bit of a radar for people who are full of shit or who are doing bad stuff. And in this case, just because her someone she made friends with was accused of this crime, and that she can't believe, because Charlie's a pretty good judge of people, of character or whatever. So when she goes about sort of investigating everything, asking questions or whatever, and getting the perpetrator hot under the collar, if you will, maybe convincing them that they should not sit so pretty or anything like that. And this also, of course, it's all around money or whatever. And this is a piece of shit town, and a lot of money encourages people to do weird things. And I really enjoyed just Charlie sort of interacting with everybody. There's this real, not really interested or even trying to be a part of anything waitress. She's hilarious. We had John Ratzenberger who he comes in as a mechanic, or a kind of a cool mechanic. There's this really cool character that's a truck driver, and she's really cool and quirky and everything, and she gives Charlie some good advice. But really, it's all about the sparring between the bad guy or the person that committed the murder, and Charlie. And spoiler alert if you made it this far, she's sort of sparring with a young man who, um, he feels like nothing good's ever going to happen for him. He's just kind of stuck in this nothing town, and then kind of an opportunity presents itself very quickly, and he makes a quick snap decision to kill somebody in order to steal money from them, and steal, in this case, a lottery ticket, and to try to make it look good. And just watching her slowly work her way through it, it's really fun stuff. And I think it's a very strong episode. And just personally, there's some stuff in it like I noticed was real deal, like the fact that the guy who was murdered was a Subway employee, and used to be a sandwich artist myself, so I was like, oh, that's all. So the authenticity of it and everything. Like it's not terribly hard, but like just the uniform and the way he acts and the things he was doing and putting stuff together. I was like, okay, that's some real deal stuff. And he's like real, happy about being a Subway employee, even though I can't understand why. And because he's not demoralized by the job yet, so he must have just started or anything. And like being able to see the crime happen ahead of time and just noting like, okay, that's where you messed up. That's where you messed up. And, seeing like the places where they make mistakes that are going to be called out. And then sort of seeing that, Charlie's nearby coincidentally. And that's what she's just sort of there because her car broke down. And if her car hadn't broken down, this guy probably would have gotten away with murder. It's just cool stuff like that. There's basically a lot I'm saying is the writing is very strong and it all makes sense. And it's all fun and Charlie's cool. And the way she sort of smokes this guy out is fun stuff. So overall, really enjoying this show. I think it's a really great entry. It's a great throwback to Columbo. And I think it's great that Rian Johnson and Natasha Lyonne was doing this. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? What do you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts there. And of course, you can always hit me up. supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do me a favor, get down there, hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe and notification buttons, all that good stuff. Helps to grow the channel, helps more people to see these videos. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back next time. I'm going to be doing the third episode of Poker Face. It should be a good time. Till then, I've been Mo De Pape, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, and I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.